Eusebius McKaiser on 702 for the curious.
10 o'clock this hour, as promised, we are in conversation with Hlaudi Motsoeneng, who obviously is a South African that is well known to all of us, different roles that he has played over the years. And this year, he has expressed political ambition and he wants your votes. And the question is, what has he got to offer you? And how compelling is he and this movement called the African Content Movement, of which he is the president? You can watch this interview live on the 702 Facebook page. We'll be streaming it throughout this hour. And of course, you can also engage us on Twitter. Just use my handle at Eusebius so I can see your questions, or the two station handles at CapeTalk with Radio 702. And if you want to engage Hlaudi as well, he is one person who's always up for a little bit of intellectual sparring. You're most welcome to do so on 011 883 0702 in Johannesburg. I'll take your calls throughout the hour. And if you're in Cape Town on 021 446 0567. Mr. President, thanks for coming into my studio.
I'm happy that you are getting used to this president, because I'm going to be the president.
Why should I vote for you?
Look, our movement, we talk about the basics. We talk about the foundation. And let me deal about these issues so that I'm specific on the issues. Let's talk about education, because education is key anyway. But I'm saying in South Africa, it is a disaster. We don't have education. People are saying we are educated. And here's the question that I'm asking people who are saying they are educated. If you are educated, why are you not getting job immediately after tertiary level? Because there are many students. But what we do, which is a serious mistake for South Africa, we deal with theory. The reason why our students from tertiary, they can't get jobs is because when you apply for the job, people are asking about experience. Here's the solution. I don't talk about the problems. I talk about solutions.
Before we can talk about solutions, though, we need to... The thing is, there are two different parts of the political discussion that needs to be had. There's a question around what are the solutions to our most important problems like education. And we can pick other problems as well, like the economy. And we're going to come to that. I'll give you a chance to share with the public your creative solutions for some of our urgent problems. But before we can even talk about solutions, you need to be credible before someone will think seriously about voting for you. Now, your credibility is in tatters for many reasons. And I want to take a couple of examples and see whether you can make a comeback on what has been found by constitutional bodies. Infamously, the public protector, Hlaudi Motsoeneng, had found an act of gross fraudulent misrepresentation of facts, speaking of education, in relation to your matric certificate allegedly obtained that in fact wasn't obtained. And when we look at that part of your history, that is ample proof that you lack credibility.
No, look, you see, allow me so that people, they follow what I'm saying. I think it is very important. Here's the issue. I said the problem that we are having before I answer your question. I want to deal with the problem and talk about solution. I will answer your question. I'm saying our education is a disaster because we're just dealing with theory. In our movement, what we are saying we should have two systems of education. 6 months, you do what we call theory. Another 6 months, you do practicality, which means at the university level, you must do both. So that when you finish at tertiary level, you work because you have already acquired skills, expertise, and experience. That is the education that we are saying as African Content Movement. That is the solution.
But here's the problem, Hlaudi, here's the problem.
Educational
I'm not even
system.
listening to you. You don't have a leg to stand on to talk about the importance of education. If you took education seriously, you would not be undermining the hard work of people who actually finish matric by lying about your own qualification. The fact that you lied about your qualification shows me that you don't actually take education seriously.
Do you have a fact? Because what you are saying, those are your perception. No, I'm telling you.
It's based on a Chapter 9 institution finding.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
She's wrong. Now I'm telling you, she's wrong. Totally wrong. Let me tell you, because I'm the one who can tell you. The person who employed me, he's the one who can tell you. Let me explain to you, because you media and you so-called analyst, you have your own views about us and you don't know us. So let me tell you who I am. I have never lied about my metric.
Have you completed metric?
No, listen.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, the people who...
If you say that the public protector lied, have you ever taken that report successfully on judicial review? Yes or no?
I can't give you yes and no. I must give you the proper answer.
Yeah, there's one answer.
The
answer is no.
No. I must give you...
But of course, sometimes a no is an inconvenient response.
No. Look, remember, I went for disciplinary hearing and I was cleared on these matters. The same issues that you are talking about, I was cleared by an advocate. In any case, a white person.
Who cares?
No. I'm telling you. I'm saying to you, some people, they care. You don't care.
I don't care whether someone is white or not. All I care about is the constitutionally designated body that looked into the matter, delivers a report. That person has integrity. Her office has integrity. And unless and until you take it on review, that is the record about your labor history at the SABC. It started on a bad foot and it ended on an even worse footing, which we'll come to later.
No, let me tell you and answer your question. Personally, I was looking to take the public protector on review.
And then?
The legal advice from the onset. They said, no, this issue has nothing to do with you. Because the issue here, the public protector is raising with the SABC. It has nothing to do with you. That is the only reason why I could not take the public protector for review.
No, I don't buy that.
You don't buy it, but I'm telling you the facts.
No, you can tell me whatever you want.
Yeah, but that is your own opinion.
Let me ask the question. I'm the one who's asking the question. So the public protector
But you must also listen when I answer.
In fact, I listen closely to you.
Okay,
I think
sure.
your real problem is that I don't find you convincing. But you can't do anything about that. Let me ask the question.
I don't find your question. No. I don't find you as credible person because already you have your own views, which means already you are not independent on these issues. You are pushing your own agenda. You, as a journalist or analyst, you must listen to the facts.
Hlaudi, firstly, breathe. And secondly, listen to my questions. I'm the host. You will answer as a person of interest to the public. So the public protector comes up with a report, right? This report maligns your credibility. How can you possibly not have an interest in actually taking it on review? And if you haven't done so, then the average Joe, when they go into the voting booth in May, they can by rights in their head reference back what the public protector had found of you, because that is not contested territory. If you wanted to contest it and you say that Hlaudi Motsoeneng was lying, why didn't you take it on review?
No, you see, I didn't say Hlaudi lied. It's you who's saying Hlaudi lied. Good for you. I have never said that. But here is the issue. People of South Africa, they are not stupid. They are aware that I have never lied. The SABC themselves, they explain that I have never lied about the matric certificate. I have never said I've got matric. Even the person, Alvin Kloppers, on his affidavit, said I'm the one who employed the man, knowing exactly he doesn't have matric certificate.
Okay,
so what is the lie there?
Let's move on to the next issue.
I don't have any lie.
Okay, let's move on to the next issue.
Okay, sure.
Are you proud of your legacy at the SABC?
More than proud.
Why is that? How would you sum up the legacy of Hlaudi?
Let me assist you and sum up. Here's the issue. Remember, I have grown within the organization. When I came to Gauteng, now as the acting COO of the SABC, if you remember very well, at that time, SABC, they were dealing with government guarantee. There were austerity measures within the SABC. The money was not there when I came at the SABC. In my time, when I was at the SABC, I put strategy together with the team that I work, including the board. One of the conditions of the government guarantee The SABC, they were supposed to retrench 800 people, workers of the SABC. I stop that process.
Hlaudi, let's talk about the facts here, right? So
These are the
let's take
facts.
2014, 2015. I've looked at the financials. I do my homework.
Okay.
In the 2014, 2015 financial year, the SABC reported a loss of some 395 million rands. That's a lot of money. 2015, 2016, 411 million rands. The jury is out on even the 2 unencrypted digital channels that had been sold at the appallingly low price of 533 million rands to MultiChoice as well. Those are grossly irresponsible decisions to have taken under your watch. Why should I trust you? If you can't run the SABC hygienically from a finance point of view, why on earth should I give you the keys to the purse of the entire country?
Look, you know yourself that you have been tarnishing my name. You yourself, you know. And you know what you are talking about, those are not the facts. Let me tell you, what are you looking there? The laws that you are looking about, we are talking about. I'm the one who dealt with the governance issues at the SABC. And let me explain to you so that I can educate you and others, because I must educate you. The laws that you are talking about is the issue about the audit matters. Ne? So, when I came at the SABC, there was a disclaimer, which means SABC, they were not existing. I put a team at the SABC. That team went to Parliament. The Parliament applauded the team because they did a good job for the SABC, dealing now with the governance issues.
Can you deal with the numbers that I've given you?
No. Listen.
I know you like speaking broadly about 10 things, but can we focus on one per time? I've given you the stats that come out of the audited financials. That's not a very pretty picture. That means that you were reckless from a leadership point of view. And if you can't run one state entity called the SABC, what makes me think that you'd be more prudent looking after the economy of a whole country?
No. I'm happy. Let me educate you. I think today you'll understand where I come from.
Sure.
Look, the issues that you are talking about, those issues are historical issues. In any case, when you deal with disclaimer, you are dealing with historical issues. Let me tell you, when I left the SABC, there was one qualification. One qualifications. So, one qualification. Today, we are talking about disclaimer at the SABC. When I left at the SABC, one qualification, I dealt with the issue of disclaimer. And let me highlight this issue. During the Auditor General, when they started coming to the SABC, I employed someone from Auditor General to come and assist the SABC to deal with these issues. The issues that you are talking about there, those are historical issues that you must clean up.
Okay, fair enough. There have been a lot of legal cases in which you have been implicated. Legal cases tend to cost a lot of money because, as you know, lawyers love giving us invoices for an incredible amount of money. How much money, if any, did Bosasa ever give to you in relation to some of the legal battles?
No, it's more than $1 million. You know, it is not a secret and it is not new.
How much?
Because more than $1 million.
That must be nice, just because they like Hlaudi.
You can ask them.
What do they get in return? Because they're not idiots. They invest in people.
No. Look, unfortunately, you know, they can't get anything from me. Unfortunately.
They just woke up and decided, we like this guy.
No, they have never received anything from me. So you can ask that question from them. But for me, none. No benefit for Bosasa.
How much is the amount that you got from them?
More than 1.1 million. Yes.
And the party... Coming back to it, right? Because we've spoken about your history, but I promised you, and I was going to be fair to you.
A very good history.
I'm not so sure about that. The public can decide.
But I'm telling you a very good history. I'm very proud.
Show some political humility. Let the public decide on your history. But I will be fair on you and talk about policy and ideology and character of the new party.
Okay.
So we'll get there. The first issue in relation to this party, Hlaudi, that I wanted to get transparency on, because you are committed to transparency, I'm sure.
I am.
Who is funding the African content movement?
No, to be honest, no one is funding the movement. We are using our own money.
Who's we?
There are people who are working within the movement, we are using our own money. Example, if you look at the leadership itself, the Treasurer General, she's a medical doctor. She ran her own business. You also have Dr. Chizumba, who's one of the lecturers in the Northwest. So you also have me. In any case, here's the good story about my movement. We are already in power as I'm speaking to you.
You're not speaking in tongues. What do you mean by that?
No. Let me tell you. Let me explain to you why I'm saying this. You also have the chairperson of our movement. He's one of the councillors here in Gauteng. Because what happened is when I formed this movement, they joined me, which means those councillors, now they belong to the ACM.
Election campaigns are exceptionally expensive. They take millions, which is partly why governing parties the world over have got this really odious history with connections to private interest. And it's also why so many parties, including the opposition benches, are often not keen to be transparent about their sources of funding. To what lengths would you go to distinguish yourself from other parties in terms of demonstrating the flows of money in and out of your accounts?
I don't think we should hide if we receive money. As I'm speaking to you, I have already instructed my Treasurer General to raise funding. She has already written letters to other companies. And we are also appealing to those people who believe in us that African content movement is going to turn around South Africa, including you. You must donate. You are welcome.
23 minutes after 10 o'clock, we're in conversation with the president of the African Content Movement, Hlaudi Motsoeneng. Over to you next. What questions you want to ask him can be either about his past, his credibility, his fitness for office. If you want to talk political ideology or signature policies for the biggest challenges of the day, you can engage him on that. And also just give me your sense at a gut level, because politics is not always rational. What do you make of Hlaudi? What comes into your head when I say Hlaudi Motsoeneng? What is the word cloud that you associate with his name? Because those are perceptions you will have to deal with whether he likes it or not. It comes with being in politics. 011 8830702. I'll take your calls. And if you're in Cape Town on 021 446 0567. And remember, you can also watch this interview. We're streaming it live on the 702 Facebook page.
Curiosity is not just the desire to know more. It's an insatiable human emotion that makes us who we are. The reason strangers become friends. The reason we know the moon from the stars. Curiosity is our need to make sense out of the world. A force that helps us connect and engage. With it, we open doors, try new things, and explore the unfamiliar. With it, we replace ignorance with understanding. Fear with courage. Problems with solutions. Here, your curiosity can run rampant. Here, it can lead you down a new path to a greater sense of community, a stronger country, a better world. Here on 702, for the curious.
Boost your summer, get more than ever. Get that Friday feeling every day this summer. Boost your summer and get extra gigs from Cell C without paying a cent more. That means bigger uploads, bigger downloads, and longer streaming. Boost your summer even bigger and get free night data on selected new data bundles. Dial *147# for extra gigs and enjoy your biggest summer ever. T's and C's apply. Cell C. Connect your way.
Barney!
Neighbor, what's up?
I just saw a strange guy driving off with your car. Come on, let's catch him.
Oh, relax, bud. That was the oak from We Buy Cars.
You just told me yesterday you were thinking of selling your car.
I was, so I visited their website and they made me such a good offer, I had to let her go.
But what about the payment?
Got it. They came to me, did all the paperwork, and made immediate payment.
Wow, that was quick.
I know, right? WeBuyCars.co.za, the easiest way to sell your car by far.
Hi, Hilly Khan here at Continental Linen. We think it's about time that in these tough times our customers get some comforting deals. So here they are. Egyptian cotton duvet covers up to 50% off mark prices. Glaudina soft touch towels at 20% off, or snuggle under the warmest of microfiber duvets for 20% off with free pillows, and polycotton sheets at 50% off. Just some of the comforting deals at Continental Linen Sale. On now. See you there.
Eusebius McKaiser.
Eusebius McKaiser.
On 702 at CapeTalk.
27 minutes after 10 o'clock, we are in conversation with Hlaudi Motsoeneng, the president of the African Content Movement. Let's take a couple of questions from the public. Before we do so, let's just make sure that Hlaudi's got some headphones so we can hear the questions clearly. Please keep it short for me because our lines are going crazy. Sabelo, good morning. Straight to the point. What is your question?
Speaking to Sabelo here from the NFP, my question is simple to Mr. Hlaudi Motsoeneng to say, I acknowledge that he's a good guy, he's intelligent somehow, but the question basically is, why Hlaudi Motsoeneng have not just joined other organizations that are existing instead of just mushrooming and dividing the black voter? Because I think he could have waited and been groomed and take some time to understand the whole political arena and issues, not just to mushroom and come with a political party.
Okay, interesting. Bra Willie, what is your question?
Hi, hello, Eusebius, and to your guest there without wasting too much time. Right now, I'm busy sitting on a machine here and sewing. I am sewing for people that have taken South Africa down to the drain. I am sewing for people that killed the SABC coming from across the borders of Lesotho. If South Africa was fair, Hlaudi, in fact, now that we've got a new NPA that comes from the ICC, I hope that lady takes Hlaudi to jail next time and he must go and spend 50 years and then when he comes out he can go back to Lesotho where he originally came from. Thank you, Hlaudi. You killed SABC and stole from there.
What do you say to Bra Willie?
No, look, you see, people will talk. I'm a leader. I understand those are perception. He's talking about if I was corrupt, I was supposed to be in jail. There are no hawks, no police investigating Hlaudi, none. So I don't know what he's talking about because he's talking about his own perception, his own creative that he's creating in his mind. So Hlaudi is a very good leader. Hlaudi is one of the best people, the doer, the implementer, the action man. If you want to change South Africa, vote ACM.
Sabelo wants to know why you didn't just join another party. Before you answer that question, why did you fall out of love with the ANC?
It's a good question. I think it is very important to allude to the issue that when I was turning around SABC, when I was transforming SABC, and the ANC, they led that ad hoc committee in Parliament to remove me. My view was they were supposed to support me. In any case, President Ramaphosa, I can't be part of the ANC currently. He talks, he's having one tongue, but he talks many tongues. What comes from one tongue, there are many issues confusing people. Example, when he deals with land issue, when he's in London, it's a different ball game. When he is in South Africa, it's a different ball game. I mean, many issues, the Reserve Bank, he talks to these people. Okay, but he's managing.
But you know that when you're in a political party or any organization, even a business, you will sometimes see things differently, right? So it can't be the case that losing a slate is a reason to leave a party, or losing an argument, or not winning a particular policy position. One stays in a party and there's contestation of ideas. The mere fact that you see things differently with whether it be the current president or a bunch of people in the NEC, that's not a good enough reason to leave. Can you take us into your confidence and answer this question? What precisely was the straw that broke Hlaudi's back?
Is when the ANC, using the ad hoc committee, remove me from the SABC.
Okay, so in other words, you started this party because you're pissed off.
Not
because you are deeply committed to justice.
No.
You're taking revenge.
No.
So you want us to help you take revenge for the ANC? Hi, man.
I am man. Wait. Listen, the reason why, remember, I'm saying I was transforming South Africa, empowering ordinary citizen. Anyone, if you don't support what I stand for, I'm not going to be part of that. And I believe that if people vote ACM, that is the right movement. We are going to turn South Africa.
But Hlaudi, you said 2 minutes ago, and I can rewind for you if you want. You said that the straw that broke Hlaudi's back is that the ANC got rid of you at the SABC. In other words, you are asking millions of voters to help you avenge your feelings of being aggrieved by the ANC.
You see,
that's not a very good reason to vote for you.
No. You see, it's the interpretation of English. What you are talking about.
Okay, just hold it there. Let's just first go. I've got to go to headline first. Before we get there, right? And please help me out because my English is not very great. But before you do so, I just want to check in here with my colleague. Is orally there? It's all happening orally. What's the latest in EWN headlines?
Thanks, Eusebius. Good morning. The Ethiopian community in South Africa is in mourning after one of their own was shot dead at a mosque in Mayfair. The 40-year-old was accosted by two men in the parking lot last night and shot dead. A bystander was wounded in the attack. Stats SA says consumer inflation decreased to 4.5% year-on-year in December from 5.2% in November. Transport and food products costs led to the decline in inflation last month. Core inflation, which excludes the price of food, non-alcoholic beverages, petrol and energy, was unchanged at 4.4%. Consumer inflation averaged 4.5% last year. And Gauteng residents are being warned of hot weather conditions with temperatures peaking at 35 degrees in some areas. These conditions are likely to continue for the next few days. Heavy rainfall is only expected at the weekend. Those are the headlines, this Eyewitness News and more at 11 or as it happens.
EWN Traffic.
In Bedfordview, a truck has jackknifed and lost its load on the N3 North after Van Buren Road, causing delays from the Elands interchange. While in the southerly direction, there's another accident just after the Gulilis interchange. Expect delays there. Traffic on the M2 West is slow-moving approaching the Crown interchange. That's due to roadworks taking place there. And more roadworks are causing delays in Kyorkop on Allendale Road, approaching Mastiff Road. Faulty traffic lights in Melrose at Glenhove and Oxford, as well as in Craig Hall at Jan Smuts and Willem Nicol. And in Cape Town, on Signal Hill Road, there's been an accident. One lane is obstructed, and on the N2 inbound at Mulberry Main Road, there's a stationary vehicle. The left lane is also obstructed, while at Belleville Court at Voortrekker and Landroos, there's a report of protest. Please exercise caution in the area. If you do come across any traffic incident we've missed, our SMS line is 31702. We also on WhatsApp on 0799477020. Mo Ramela, EWN Traffic.
Eusebius McKaiser on 702 and CapeTalk.
By the way, if you can't call in or if you just want to opine as you are listening to what's going on, use the hashtag Hlaudi with Eusebius. Hashtag Hlaudi with Eusebius. And I will use that hashtag just to go and have a look and see how you are responding. Hlaudi, my apologies, but being a fellow broadcaster, you understand that sometimes one has to break to go to the news. So you were busy telling me that I am misdescribing or deliberately misinterpreting what you are saying. And that was in response to me saying that what I'm hearing you, and I love calling a spade, what I'm hearing you saying is, I left the SABC because these guys got rid of me and I'm angry. And I'm saying to you, don't implicate me in your anger. If you want to avenge the ANC, fine. That's not a reason for me to vote for you.
No, look, you must give me time to explain the movement, why you should join the movement. Let me respond. I'm not angry. I will never be angry in my life. That's why I don't have stress. That's why I enjoy life left and right. I don't have what you call stress or anger. No, not at all. Not me. Here's the question that I was trying to respond to you. I was saying to you, I left SABC because the ANC colluded with other political parties to remove me at the SABC. But in my view, I was removed because I was changing the lives of people. Not me as an individual, because I was changing the lives of people. Because remember, when you change the lives of people, you are also touching other nerves, somewhere.
But
Remember,
Hlaudi, that's factually false. You always create your own flags. You remind me of Trump. Can we stick to the facts? A court of law had found that you, as part of the leadership of the SABC, were responsible for some wrongful dismissal of some journalists. Can you explain this to me? How do you change for the better the life of an individual journalist or the country by wrongfully dismissing journalists? That's not changing people's lives.
No. I'm happy you are raising this issue. The court did not say that. I think I want you to quote where the court says, no, I contributed to dismiss. That is not what the court says. Let me tell you what the court says, because I have never dismissed those journalists. The court says I was supposed to stop the dismissal.
Yeah,
let me just correct you.
Yeah, you implicated in them not being employed lawfully when they should be.
No.
Whichever way you cut it up, your leadership is indicted.
No. What you said, no, the court says I dismiss those journalists. Now I'm correcting you.
In fact, the court was so annoyed that it went further, and it also asked that you and Simon should be held liable for the legal costs. And you know, the courts do that kind of thing.
Your problem.
Particularly when they want to send a signal.
You know, I like you. Because you call spade a spade. Let me call it a spade. In this case, you are out of order. Because what you are saying, the court didn't say what you are saying. You are creating your imagination in your mind, and you are selling your imagination to the audience. The reason why some of people have this perception about us is what you as media, you are creating. The court didn't say that.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that. I take you so seriously. I did my homework very carefully here. But I want to take a break because I want to ask you this question after this break, and maybe you can start thinking about it. What is democracy? And do you want to retract something that, unless you're going to tell me a journalist got you wrong again and didn't understand English, whether you want to retract the idea that there's going to be no democracy in your party? I'm scared of despots. When I hear a politician or a would-be politician saying, the final word is Hlaudi's word, then I hear the beginnings of Idi Amin. And I want you to respond to that on the other side of this.
702 is your trusted independent companion.
As we go into 2019,
welcome to 702.
You can count on us for in-depth coverage of everything happening around you.
We're setting the bar too high.
From the back to school and work rush, the opening of Parliament, and the State of the Nation address in February.
The national budget, the general elections, including the political parties' campaigns.
That's a question you were getting to.
We'll leave no stone unturned to keep you in the loop. But we're also gearing up for more fun and laughs.
It is the moment you've all been waiting for.
Brain of 702 is back in February, along with your favorite 702 events and moments throughout the year.
Oh, so exciting!
Connect, engage, change with 702 in 2019. 702 for the curious.
The Discount Brain of 702 is back. Are you ready to battle it out with the best brains? Head over to 702.co.za, register and play, because you could be chosen to play the Discount Brain of 702. Get ready to battle it out and stand the chance of winning a share of 185,000 Rand. The 2019 Discount Brain of 702 is brought to you by Discam, pharmacists who care. A winning mind in a healthy body. Visit 702.co.za to register.
I am your customer. Do you know who I am? If knowing the identity of the individual who is trying to do business with you is important to you or a key requirement for your company, then contact XDS Credit Bureau. XDS has a tailored solution for you that will assist in all aspects of the credit lifecycle, from fraud prevention, marketing services, through to customer onboarding and management. Contact XDS on 011 645 9100 or visit us on xds.co.za.
In today's on-demand economy, my business demands that I hire skilled professionals that deliver results. That's why I choose recruitmymom.coza. They have savvy, skilled candidates for permanent and contracting positions. From project managers and digital experts to accountants and marketers, Recruit My Mom has top caliber candidates throughout South Africa that work flexibly or part-time to get the job done. Post your job free today on recruitmymom.co.za. Smart, skilled recruiting.
Eusebius McKaiser.
Eusebius McKaiser.
On 702 at CapeTalk.
19 minutes before 11 o'clock, we're in conversation with Hlaudi Motsoeneng. He wants to be the president of South Africa. Do you think that he's fit for purpose? Do you trust him? 011-883-0702. If you want to engage him, we have another 18 minutes left with him in Cape Town on 021-446-0567. We are obviously also streaming this on Facebook. If you'd like to watch it there, go to the 702 Facebook page. And on Twitter, you can give us your comments, your analysis in real time as you hear him give his responses to my questions, or tell me what other questions urgently to ask him before we run out of time. Make sure that you use the hashtag Hlaudi with Eusebius. Hlaudi, are you a Democrat?
Yes, of course. The reason why I have so many followers is because I believe that people of South Africa, they should contribute, they should have a say in all decisions that we are taking. Let me respond direct to your question. You see, this is what I normally or always talk to people. I have never I said I have a final weight. Let me put and just tell you what I mean by that. Our constitution in our movement, if you go outside the constitution, because our constitution, we are saying the power is within the community. And let me give you one of the example. At the municipality level, if the people in that local area, they want clinic, we are saying the councillors, they can't impose school if they want clinic. That is the power that I was talking about. And I said, if anyone, you don't follow what the community says, my word will be final, because I will go with the community. But the community, their word is final. You see, it's just how people sell newspapers. They don't explain these issues. Now I'm explaining. The power is within community. That is what we stand for. Even when I was at the SABC, I was the most person who interact with workers. They will tell you. In any case, I was the first person. My office,
Hlaudi, what you said, what was reported, right? And I've corroborated this.
But you are telling me about, you are not in that. That's why I even called that journalist. I said no.
Did you say, verbatim, that democracy must be managed, otherwise there are bad consequences if you don't, quote unquote, manage democracy?
Yes. Let me explain myself.
Do you understand why those words are disturbing?
No. Let me explain so that you take it easy. You relax. Because when you see me, you see democracy. I believe in democracy. No doubt about it. What I said, and I'm talking from experience. Let's say there is group of people, and these people are captured. They can outvote you. You remember, even you here in this station, you have your own views. I always listen to you, and I must tell you, I always listen to you, and you differ with many people. What I'm saying to you, one person, even yourself, even those issues that you are raising, they may be right, but because other people have been influenced, they can say you are wrong. What I'm saying we must manage democracy so that democracy benefit all people of South Africa. It is not just coming to say, no, manage this democracy. I'm saying we must manage it so that it benefit everyone.
Okay, let's take a final round of questions from the audience, the voters that you'd like to vote for you. Michael, thank you so much for holding on. What is your question?
Yeah, morning, I just want to know from Mr. Hlaudi, does he regret implementing the 90% rule for this distribution music, or at the time I was in SABC, because seemingly it also impacted a very negative sense. I'll listen on the radio.
Okay, take a couple of questions and then we'll ask him to respond to each of these. Sizwe, good morning to you. Thanks so much for calling in.
Yes, hi Eusebius and hi to Hlaudi.
Hi, Ndate.
Yes. Just 3 questions and a comment. Question 1.
Hold on. Caesar, pick one question.
Yes. Oh, you want one question. What is your stance, Hlaudi, on corruption in the light of state capture, with people stealing money to opening political parties and just dreaming to the people, selling economic policies that are non-existent?
Okay, good question. Sean, good morning. Thanks for calling in.
Hello, how are you, Eusebius?
We are very good, thanks, Sean. Straight to the point.
Yes. What legacy is Hlaudi Motsoeneng proud of in SABC when he bankrupted the institution? He left it without any money, and now workers are about to be strengthened. What is it? What legacy is he proud of there?
Okay, let's start with Michael's question. The 90% rule. Do you regret it?
Actually, I want 90% back as we are speaking, because 90% means employment for our own people. I said we must introduce 90% because in South Africa we have money. There's no doubt about what I'm saying. In South Africa we have money, and when I checked the books at the SABC at that time, most of the money we pay international artists more money. We pay our own people peanuts in South Africa. I was saying, no.
How much revenue did you generate with this rule?
No. Let me explain. Just relax, because I'm here to explain.
No, I don't relax.
Let
me just be very clear about what kind of voter I am. I'm a vigilant voter.
In any case, you are going to vote my party.
As a sidebar, do you know what happened the last time we relaxed? Your friend Zuma happened. I'm not relaxing. I'm going to be very vigilant. My question to you is pointed. What was the revenue stream? What was the final revenue amounts generated by the 90% rule?
No, let me tell you. 90% across all the platforms of the SABC generate more revenue. And reason being, when advertisers, they advertise, you are a broadcaster. When they advertise, what they look the audience. Example, take Uzalo. Because Uzalo is my baby, is my product. I came with Uzalo at the SABC. I supported Uzalo. All of you know that. So Uzalo generate more revenue at the SABC. Other soapies and generations generate more revenue. We didn't wake up and just introduce 90%. We have been checking the scheduling of the SABC as a team now.
Does that mean that you contest some of the projections that have been made, that the cost to radio and TV, respectively, in loss of revenue is 29 and 183 million, respectively? So, you know what's interesting? I think this is one of those issues where one can reasonably disagree, because I did see a lot of the public thinking that you're being a good patriot with the 90% rule. So that's one potential justification. But if we look purely in terms of financial health, it doesn't seem like it was a good economic decision.
It was very good. I am just explaining now. You see, you are talking about projections. Projections are not the facts. It's your opinion. Those are projections. So, do we agree? Projections are not the facts. So the facts are, from me, local content generate more revenue.
How much?
At the SABC.
Numbers are facts. What revenues did you create with this rule?
No, the reason why SABC was financially sustainable when I was at the SABC, it was because of local content. I can't give you the numbers because I can. If you want me to come back, I can give you
we'll take a break. But to summarize this little point, you don't have the facts, but you're sure you're right.
I have the facts. You don't have the facts. You have the opinion. You just tell me about the projection. Those are the opinions.
Let's take a little bit of a break. On the other side of this, I'm going to ask Hlaudi whether he's truly a man of the people, because his views about social grants and welfare, to me, sounds deeply anti-poor.
Overheard at the My Way head office.
Morning, Frick. Did I tell you what my grandchildren did this weekend?
Not yet, but please do.
Well, remember, there's Lucy and Lizzie. Well, they got hold of... do you want to see the photos?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Really considerate insurance comes from a place where going out of your way is the only way to go. That's why you get 1,000 Rand back when you submit your car insurance claim via our app and 1 premium back when you buy a policy online. Go My Way and live your way. Visit myway.coza. My Way is an authorized FSP. T's and C's apply.
Let's put the cost issue of blocked drains into perspective. The final price for the job is the only one that counts.
The least important thing in your life is your sewer system, until it doesn't work. Then you need fast and efficient service. After 40 years, Roto-Rooter has most of the answers. So when your drain or plumbing is being naughty, call 011 444 4040.
Exactly. After 40 years experience, they have dealt with it all. So call 011 444 4040. They get it right. That's why Roto-Rooter is the cheapest in the long run.
Hey, your performance not what it used to be? Struggling to keep up in the boardroom and feeling a little let down in the bedroom? Our testosterone levels decline after the Big 4-0, reducing energy, performance, and drive. That can be combated with Climax Vitamin. Take Climax Vitamin daily and perform at your best again. Available without prescription at Discam, good pharmacies, or climax.co.za. Climax Vitamin, the high-performance supplement for men that won't let you down.
That's the sound of month end. A curious time for most. A time when customers start dragging and payments start lagging. Make life easy for you and your clients with streamlined payment solutions from PayFast, South Africa's leading online payment gateway. You can save time and improve cash flow with smart, integrated invoicing that'll change the game. Getting paid has never sounded sweeter. Visit payfast.co.za.
Barney!
Neighbor, what's up?
I just saw a strange guy driving off with your car. Come on, let's catch him.
Oh, relax, bud. That was the oak from We Buy Cars.
You just told me yesterday you were thinking of selling your car.
I was, so I visited their website and they made me such a good offer, I had to let her go.
But what about the payment?
Got it. They came to me, did all the paperwork, and made immediate payment.
Wow, that was quick.
I know, right? WeBuyCars.co.za, the easiest way to sell your car by far.
Hello, Stephen Asbury here, the MD of the Manager's Toolkit. Our clients are finding that the program delivers real behavior change. Managers are leading their teams for higher engagement, better performance, and faster promotion. The MD of one of our clients says the Manager's Toolkit has changed the way his people work. The GM of another client says it's actually transformed his business. Visit managerstoolkit.co.za for more info. The Manager's Toolkit. Simple, practical skills that will change your management culture.
Eusebius McKaiser.
Eusebius McKaiser.
On 702 at CapeTalk.
So let me just step back and keep quiet for the next 3 minutes, and I want you to do two things for me. How would you characterize this movement in political ideology terms? Where does it fit into the South African landscape? And then in terms of just one signature policy, because we don't have time for more, how would you deal with social grants in terms of the pressure that social grants place on the fiscus, but the reality that with our levels of deep inequality and poverty, it seems like we have no choice but to have a big welfare state. So talk to me about political ideology and then specifically about social grants.
Can I start with social grants? Always people misquote us. I have never said we are going to get rid of grants. What I said as a nation, we should not create a lazy nation. I said we should create more employment so that we reduce the independency of many South Africans depending on grants. So I have never said people should not get grants. In any case, we are saying old people, pensioners, we should double their grants. That is what we are saying. But we are saying young people, there are so many young people who are depending on grants. We are saying we must create opportunity, employment for them so that we reduce grants, so that people of South Africa, they don't depend on grants. That is my answer on that one. We support people to be given grants, but we are saying when we take over government, we are going to make sure that we reduce the independency of grants, especially for young people, because in my view, we are very talented South Africans, but we are not being assisted by government so that we can depend on ourselves.
Okay, we've got a minute left. I want to understand the ideological character, at least in terms of its design of your party. Are you Marxists? Are you liberals? Are you right-wing? If someone said to you, I know people can't eat ideology, but just tell me a little bit what the ideological character is of this thing, what would you say?
We believe in a democratic. Né? So what we stand for, we are saying after 25 years in South Africa, we don't eat democracy. We are saying in our government, ACM government, you will touch democracy, you will feel it. By feeling it, we will reduce poverty. We will make sure that there is employment. We are also saying, when it comes to the mines, you know, when these investors come from outside, they are not big business people. But when they are here in South Africa, they are big because we are giving them the rights to own our resources. We are saying we must regulate the mines and the industry itself. Example, the land issue.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. On the land issue, we are saying government should start first by giving people land, that land that belongs to government, before they look on other land, the farmers' land and so on. The reason being, if you fail to give people title deeds, just the basics, people are still struggling title deeds. How ANC is going to resolve the title deeds if they can't give people title deeds? And we are saying government has, this current government, they have sold out. They are still even selling land. If you go in Soweto, I'm just giving you an example, people who are building those malls and other towns, who buy the land? It's white people. They are still selling the land, but they are saying now we want the land free. How? Okay, we are saying how? We are saying we are going to do the basics as ACM. And I can tell you, I have very energetic leadership in that movement.
Okay, we're going to leave it there for today. Hlaudi, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you very much.
In the last 24 hours, what's happened in your world?
President Cyril Ramaphosa's program officially gets underway at the World Economic Forum today. The president will also address a session on country strategy in South Africa. Ramaphosa is attending the forum in Davos, Switzerland, together with the ministers of finance and international relations in the hopes of strengthening partnerships for economic growth in South Africa.
24 hours a day.